Hey, Phil.
Hello, is that John?
Yeah. Oh,
Okay, it says Portola Valley Meeting Room.
that's me.
Okay,
It's a little too bright. Hi, Mimi.
hi Mimi. You're on mute, Mimi. Mimi, you are on mute.
Now
There you
you're
go.
on.
Oh, got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
We hear
Okay.
you. Happy New Year, Mimi. Happy New Year, Phil.
Happy New Year.
So I did not think we were going to have a productive meeting because I still hadn't gotten the budget and I got it 10 minutes ago.
Hmm.
So the big question I have is, Phil, did you ever submit your expenses?
Yeah, I got paid.
That means that we have over $9,000 in the budget.
Cool.
Wow.
Now I submitted the check to First Tech online, and whether the check has cleared back into the budget yet, I don't know.
Oh, I'll be able to check that in just a moment.
I think it was 1,740.
And when did you submit it?
Around the 7th, I think,
Of
of January.
Ah, okay. So let's see here. Cindy. Looks like, oh. Why is it that we don't have more people here? I think we're going to want to start sending. Oh,
You think?
it's only 1 o'clock. That's why.
Yeah. You think people may have gone down to the Red Schoolhouse?
I don't know. I didn't have time. I've got like back-to-back meetings all day. So. So let's see. I got text messages back. We are on the Zoom from both of you.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else?
Yep. Yumi and Mimi seem to be the only ones in the loop.
Well, very strange. I don't see. Oh, there's Jeff. Hey, Jeff. What a pleasant
there.
surprise.
Hi, I'm your new liaison.
Oh, wow.
So I apologize. We just switched these around last night. I forgot this meeting was today. I'm in my car. I'm gonna have to step out in and out, but I'll listen while I can. So look forward to hearing more about what you guys are doing. So, but I'll be kind of in background for now.
Great. Well, thanks for joining, Jeff. It's good to see your or hear your voice.
You can see me for 1 minute while I drive, but then I gotta stop. All right.
Hey, Jerry, are you taking notes as usual?
I am, I will, and Sue is here with me, so I'm gonna count her in, but I'm trying, I don't know why my audio.
You
There
guys
we
get,
go,
you
there we
guys
go.
get 2 roses here in her beautiful conservatory.
Right,
Oh, hi, Sue.
here we are.
Hi.
The
Hi, Jerry.
Shiplets are still without phone, internet, excuse me. When they call you, it sounds like a riveter going on.
We were 33 hours without power ourselves.
At least we have
I'm
power.
gonna-
I'm not complaining, but um, it's annoying. How is everybody?
Good, happy
Very
New
good.
Year.
Hi, Mimi.
Hi.
See you.
And we have Jeff Alfs on the call. He is our new liaison this year, I
Oh,
guess.
Jeff.
Oh, Jeff,
Nice.
welcome. We love
We
it.
Hi,
got
guys.
the top, we got the top guy, didn't we?
Well, technically speaking, sure.
Okay, all right. I guess we
I,
have to behave if the mayor's in on this, right? Now we have to
well,
behave.
do you
Here
have
comes Ryan.
Yeah. Well, I told John, and I'll just say again, I apologize. We switched up liaison assignments last night. I kind of got caught wrong-footed here. I'm in my car going some site visits and errands. I may have to step in and out, but I'll be listening in. So look forward to hearing more about what you guys are doing. So
Yeah, no problem.
Cool.
And let's see here.
Ryan, you're still muted.
Oh, we do need 1, 2,
There you go.
3, 4, 5.
Five,
No, we have,
6. We have 6.
yeah, we have a.
We have a quorum.
We have a quorum, so we can go ahead and call the meeting to order.
Okay.
A 104.
Okay, great. And let me just open the agenda. Here it is. And all right, does everybody have access to the agenda?
We do.
I'm with the secretary.
Great.
I
Perfect.
have the printed copy.
So let's see, let's go ahead and call the meeting to order. It's currently 1:05 PM.
Already did it at 104. Shall I
All
change
right.
it?
Nope, 1:04 is fine. And let's go ahead and do a roll call. Looks like in terms of people who are here, it's Phil Barth, John Badger, Mimi Briner, Jerry Welsh, Sue Chapu, Ryan Breen in terms of committee members, and Jeff Alfs in terms of town support. And missing from the committee are Tamara Turner, Heidi Kendall, Sally Stewart, and I think that's it. And so in terms of the first agenda item, which is oral communications for items not on the agenda, I think Sue had written an email to the town, which I'd like to go through relating to Sally. And so, Sue, maybe you can give us an update on Sally?
Oh, as I went to write it, I reworded and it really, I felt it wasn't my responsibility, it was the town, so they will do it. And indeed it is, and they have a procedure. I just asked them to be nice and tactful
Yeah,
to Sally. Yeah.
okay, great. So the procedure is basically informing her that
I don't know what the town, yeah, I said, well, it's the end of the year or New Year, are you still interested? But they're gonna do it.
Okay, I'm in the dark about this, so.
Oh, we were wondering why, well, we hadn't heard from Sally. I don't normally tell people's medical, but she did have a stroke, maybe not quite a year ago, maybe. And who knows, a lot of people do come back from strokes. So we've reminded her and asked her and said we've missed her and haven't heard. So the town will take care of it.
Okay, all right. Well, thanks for taking care of that. Sue.
Okay.
We appreciate that. Any other items related to oral communications not on the agenda?
Yeah, I just wanted to flag, so I know it's been a couple of months since we've met, but let's see, Sue, I think you were the one to respond on the committee about some interest we had gotten from local resident. I think she's actually a Woodside resident, but like well
Yes.
involved with the town about the arts fair.
Right.
And yeah, I think as we look at the agenda for the year and maybe some of the new things, or I guess old things we would want to bring back as Sue, it sounds like we had maybe done this in the past. It could be something we could look to make part of our agenda for the year. So just bringing that back into the fold, and I can recirculate that email for everyone if that's the right move.
Okay, I did respond. And
Yep.
we're both excited that there are artists there who want to show. And when it comes up, the PV Palooza, we had considered having a few artists there that day.
Yeah, I think that actually is an agenda item.
Yes. it
Okay,
Oh, is it
great.
really?
So
Oh, I'm sorry.
We'll do it then. We'll address it.
Oh, yeah. Local artist collection. Boom. Got it.
Yeah.
Or I'm not sure if those are the same, but we can tackle them together.
No, they're not, but
They're-
also, and I'll just, as long as I'm here, I tried to put together mainly they like to show in the fall because of Christmas. People buy more for Christmas. So I'm trying to put together a show like we used to do, except it'd be outside. So it'd be October or something, late October, 1st of November, and it'd be all like where the farmer's market is, no, hopefully no work, no cleanup, other than a little bit, but I'm hoping that'll work.
Cool. I'm just recalling, I think Ladera does something similar.
Well, Pam, what's her name, did a fabulous art show at Ladera Church for the first time, and I think I doubt she'll do it again because it was way more work than she thought. First of all,
Yeah.
Ladera Church could not have been more wonderful, accommodating, and it couldn't have been in a better place, and all the community supported it, and everybody was happy there. We could probably look to that as a venue. But it's a lot of work there. And I'm thinking if we keep it to farmer's market, what looks like our normal farmer's market, everybody has their own tent and table.
Yeah.
We charge them $25 for cleanup and a little bit of publicity, and let's try that.
Yeah, I think that'd be
So
awesome.
that would be fall, and then we'll do one in, are we having people, Palooza in June?
Yes.
Yes.
So a smaller one in June, and then kind of open it up in the fall for, like we used to do with our, what was that called? Holiday art fair.
Mhm.
Cool.
Great.
Well, Sue, sounds like you've got a good hold on it. But happy to contribute with some of the ideating and planning for that.
Yeah, so I think we actually have some good news regarding budget that could enable a lot of these additional activities. And we might want to look at bringing on an additional committee member or two to set up a kind of an arts subcommittee on that. And so let's go ahead and I think we can cover those during the agenda, and then the next item on the list is to approve the minutes. So if there's anybody who wants to,
I'll move that we approve the minutes.
I have two
Oh,
very, very minor corrections.
okay.
Heidi's name, well, she has a new married name now, but at this point she was still Kendall. It's not K-A, it's Kendall. And underneath that she moved to approve, and I moved, she seconded. And then there's just under the third
so
bullet.
hold on, just now it was only the candle. Basically, everything you just said was the A instead of the E in her name, right?
It should be in the, mhm.
Right, okay.
And then under the third bullet of new business, it just, the word of was left off in the second line. I don't know, it's not urgent, but
Okay,
sorry, I
You're-
taught English for too
You're-
many
You're
years.
too good. I'll move that we approve the minutes with the corrections.
okay, great. And I've never been involved in a meeting where the minutes needed to be corrected, so yeah, I'm at a, like, I don't know what to do here, but,
I think just call for a second and we'll vote on it. If we're
Right.
wrong.
all right, can I get a second out there?
Aye.
Okay,
Aye.
A second, yeah.
okay, so, and so I think we had, Sue, moved to go ahead and approve it, and we had a second from who?
Pick a name.
I'll do it.
Everyone seconded.
Mimi.
From Jerry, and then we had everybody approve. All right, so.
Yeah.
New business. Good news, guys. I finally got an email about 10 minutes ago from Cindy with the good news that indeed we are in very good shape budget-wise. So as a little reminder, 2 meetings ago, we were informed that we were over budget by $400,
Right.
and it was more than 400. And so I got a report from Cindy because that surprised me, and I thought we were, a little over. So Cindy sent back a report, and it turned out that there was an erroneous billing of an event, music for the town picnic that should have gone under the Parks and Rec budget, but instead it was attributed to us for understandable reasons. So we reversed that out. And also there were quite a few contributors and donors from PV Palooza who had contributed and donated, but not actually paid. And so that got taken care of. And now, as a result of those corrections and changes, we have a budget for remaining budget for fiscal year 22-23 of $9,799.27,
Wow.
Great.
which is great
All
news,
right.
because we only have one event this fiscal year, and it's paid for by sponsorship, and that is PV Palooza, because the summer concert series, all 3 of them fall into next year. So
Mhm.
we got plenty of money now. With the economy, it's possible that we're going to have more challenges in PV Palooza. It's also possible that we will have more bands interested in playing in PV Palooza, and each band we pay, right? So that could end up making PV Palooza more expensive, but still, we have a nice big buffer. And also, there's 3 bands. We're going to talk about the PV concerts series in a minute in more detail, but one of the bands that I'm looking at is a little more than we're accustomed to paying. So, but I think we can just make it work because of the extra budget. But there's, even with all of that, there's still flex there. So, we'll have some money to carry over into next year to do the art fair, and anything this year as well would be great. There's also an idea, I don't know if you remember a year ago, Livia Sohn and her husband joined one of our meetings, and they are both astounding chamber musicians. And we talked about the idea of having some chamber music in the wintertime indoors for more small, intimate type music events for people who are into classical music. And that would be really fun. But unfortunately, her husband came down with cancer and recently passed away, which has just been absolutely devastating. But at some point, I would love to contact Livia when the timing is right. Yeah, maybe it's been a couple months. I'll give her a call to see if there's any interest in joining, because she was passionate about this.
John?
Yeah.
John, it's Jeff. Talk to me before you call her. My wife is actually very good friends with Livia, and we should probably, I love the idea, but talk to me before you reach out to her.
Okay, great. I appreciate the guidance.
Yeah, please. Thanks.
Great, thanks.
Her husband was,
And Jeff, can you remind me of her husband's name?
Yeah, it was Jeff Nuttall.
Jeff, yeah.
yeah.
The 2 of them joined on one of our one of our cultural arts committee meetings, and it was just before they basically just before he came down with
Yes.
that. So
Yeah. Yeah.
really a shame.
Yeah. Okay.
So thanks. I'll ping you on that. And then so let's go ahead and go through planning for PV Palooza. So it's time. No, I'll take care of sending out an email to the community saying, look, we're planning on PV Palooza for June 10th. And we'll be looking for bands. You know what? First, I'll email the bands who played last year. And then I'll email the community to let them know that PV Palooza is happening. And then there might be additional bands who show interest. There were a few bands last time who couldn't make it for one reason or another. So maybe they'll be interested this year. If that's the case, we might have to reduce the switchover time. So if you recall, last year, we had a staggered schedule where there was a half-hour switchover time between bands. Each band had an hour, and we just staggered the start time of each band so that that we fit them all in. And it went from 11 a.m. till 8 p.m. I can't really imagine having it be any longer than that. But what we could do is shrink up the switchover times to be 15 minutes. And Greg Poston, who's the audio guy, he's an experienced festival audio guy, and he knows how to do that. He can do 15 minutes. As long as the band is 4 or 5 members max. If it starts getting up 6 to 8 member bands, it can be more complicated. So that's good news. So if we have any larger bands, we might have to, kind of jiggle around the scheduling for that. But otherwise, I think we'll be able to accommodate more bands if needed. The nice thing about that half hour is it made for a very clean scheduling. People either started on the hour or on the half hour. And this would be a little less clean. We might shrink down some of the performances to be 45 minutes instead of an hour. Now, the only thing is that with shorter switchovers, it makes less time for the kids to play on the secondary stages, but usually the kids' performances were pretty short anyway. So I think it works. Anyway, so we'll start working on the details of the planning once we know how many bands. This year, I don't think we're going to be doing a videotape. I don't think it worked out as well as we'd hoped for last time, as Phil will attest. And it was expensive, and I don't think we need it. So we won't do video. People are certainly welcome to video with their phones and so on. Now, we might do a promo video to promote the thing, and that might require some video editing. So I'll see if there's somebody out there. If anybody knows a video editor, we have money in the budget to make a little promo video. We have tons of footage. And, just take a few seconds of this artist, a few seconds of that artist, and capture the vibe and maybe pick some photos that were taken, because we had a photographer on site as well, and we can, pan through the photo, or, we can make a nice video to promote the thing. We might also, with some of that
I
additional
think he
money,
froze.
sorry?
Maybe we all froze.
Oh,
I don't see anybody moving.
I think it's just yours, Jerry.
Yeah, we can hear you, Jerry. If you
Oh,
can hear us.
I can see, yeah, it is frozen, but we can hear you, Jerry.
Oh, there
Oh,
we
we're
go.
back.
We're
You're
back.
back.
A little bit of a hiccup there. So the other thing I'm thinking about is, last year we did a pretty good job, or I would say a very good job, of putting up plenty of flyers, and putting up plenty of banners. We might print a few more banners this year for PV Palooza, and put them in different locations, more than what we did last year. But a postcard mailing to the community might be a nice idea, and that costs a few $1,000.
Mhm.
But we've got money in the budget because because of this budget increase, and I think it'll help to get more people involved because I am on PV Palooza. Sorry, I'm on the Portola Valley Forum, PV Forum, but I read like maybe one email a day off of that, if that. I just kind of skim through it, so I could easily miss something important like this.
Mm.
So I think it's a good idea to send out postcards as well, and any other suggestions people have are more than welcome.
John, I don't think it's that expensive. It's about $600 to mail to our town,
Oh, nice.
Yeah. so it's well worth it.
Yeah, we should
And a
definitely do that.
A bright color that they can keep with the time and everything,
Yeah. Nice.
as long as we've got the money.
And we do. Okay, so planning or anything else about PV Palooza? Do we want to talk about the art incorporation, the art aspect of PV Palooza now, or should we do it under agenda item D when we talk about artists?
Whatever you
Um,
want.
Before we jump to that, I've just got a few comments. One, video editors, I can definitely help source that, John,
great.
if needed. Yeah, I know a handful. Two, I just want to call out that I know last year we had a productive conversation about just learnings from PV Palooza that I suggest we dig up those notes. And three, so we sent out a holiday flyer, my family, this year, and I always hate sending out flyers because it feels super wasteful. And so I'm just curious, like, if sending out a flyer is like in line with like PV town operations, and like if that's something that we typically do. I mean, I hate getting crap in the mail, and not that a PV Palooza flyer would be crap, but I just want to flag that, like, maybe we should consider the environmental implications and such of flyers, not to be the the super liberal voice or anything, but it's something to consider.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, do we have any other ideas of other channels we could pursue? Because even with all the work that we put into promoting PV Palooza last year, there were still plenty of people who didn't know about it.
Yeah, I mean, so
Yeah.
I have some thoughts there too. Like, all right, if we look at the town picnic as like a comparison, right? The town picnic, pretty well attended, and a big part of that is like there's a separate activation, so to speak, beyond just like the picnic itself. There's Zots to Tots. Now, I'm definitely not proposing we just do Zots to Tots 2.0 before PV Palooza, but like, are there other kinds of activations? I suppose the art fair is one of them that we can kind of like bake into the day to like give people more reasons to show up. I know just some of the feedback I got around PV Palooza is that, there's not all that much incentive to like show up at noon and stay till 8. And like it was really hot during the early part of the day and sunny, and people tended to really show up like around 4 o'clock. So like, are there things that we can do to attract more people to come to PV Palooza that aren't, just the day long part of music? I don't have any ideas off the top of my head. I mean, something that involved like maybe like a physical activity or like a kickball game or like something kind of cool and fun could be something to consider. But I think there's the communication aspect and like actually getting the word out and building awareness. And then there's like the incentivization aspect of like getting people to really want to come for a like more holistic, festival type of experience.
In the same way they come to the town picnic with booths and awnings and
Yeah, and the jump houses for the kids and
Yeah,
all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, maybe that's part of it. Maybe it is like figuring out how to get the parents there with their kids. That could definitely be like a pull, you know?
right. I mean, that was kind of the whole idea of having the kids bands was to
Yeah.
pull on that, and it worked. You know, there were plenty of parents who were there as a result of that.
Yep.
but it's nice to get younger kids is starting to get exposed to music too. So
Exactly. So these are great ideas. What about, and by the way, you remember last year we had the following issues. Number one, it was hot as blazes. I think that was the
Yeah.
number one problem. It was so hot.
Mhm.
And so, by the way, we're going to want to have some kind of a shelter for the secondary stage for sure. That's number one. Number two, there was another couple of sporting events. There was something going on at Alpine Hills,
Mm.
and then there were a couple of sporting events. And
That
there's
sounds
nothing
right.
we can do about that. But
Yeah.
Mhm.
but I think you're right. Making it more of a holistic event that incorporates more activities. The art aspect, I think, will help, because that will, especially if it's kids art as well, then it can attract those parents, those young families. But the other draw could be, like last year, we didn't get an alcohol permit because we found out that it was harder to do than we expected and also more expensive. Maybe we go ahead and push for that, but we might be able to pull that off by getting a local wine producer to come. And my guess is that they might just take care of the permitting if we give them a table, right?
I think we looked into that. I don't know what happened. The whole
Well,
thing.
we have more time this year. Maybe
Oh, yeah,
we can start early.
Yeah,
Into local
okay.
wineries. And then maybe Devil's Canyon. It would be great to get a wine producer and a beer producer to come and just, outsource the problem of
mhm.
permitting to them.
And then
Tommy
what we've
Fogarty
done,
would be a good person to talk to and see if he has experience with that sort of thing.
Who's that?
Tommy Fogarty,
yeah,
Thomas Fogarty, the
Oh,
younger.
yeah.
yeah, I'll ask him. I know them well. I thought we could get 2 or 3 locals. In the past, the town picnic, when we didn't have a permit, people just threw money in it was a donation. Threw money in the beer pitcher. So we didn't charge any for anything, but I'll try to look into
And
that.
Bianchini used to donate.
Yes, yeah, okay,
Remember.
that's a good idea.
Mhm.
2 things, did we work with the town picnic? We're not conflicting with their town picnic? Are they gonna do it in the fall?
I don't remember, but I spoke
Would
to,
that be a good idea?
no, we had. When I say I don't remember, I say
To
I
let
don't.
them know that we're taking,
just-
because it used to always be in June, town picnic. Then 2 years ago, we did something together, remember?
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't think we
With-
want to do
Live
With-
Revive. It was Live Revive.
Live Revive with Patty
yeah, the
Dudes
PV
helping
Live
us.
Revive.
Okay, so
So I
let's,
did speak with John and Patty back when we, months ago when we picked these dates, and
Okay.
it wasn't even close to conflicting, but I don't recall what their date was.
okay, let's make sure we're not conflicting. And then the
Oh, we
second
know we're
thing,
not conflicting because John and I had that specific conversation about our dates, so they're definitely not conflicting. Because
Okay.
they knew our dates and I knew his date. I just don't remember what that date was.
oh, but
I
do you
just
think
remember
it's,
our dates.
do you think it's the fall?
I don't know. I
Oh,
just know
okay,
we're not conflicting.
okay,
That's all I know.
Okay, and then the second thing would be to ask Emergency Preparedness
Yeah.
Committee to help us. And Public Works, to advise them that we're doing this and ask them to help us. Because
Like-
we, as you recall, we had no
Yeah.
table or chairs or anything or any way to anyway, barricades, whatever. It'd be nice if we asked them to join with us.
Yeah, we could definitely
And
offer.
I'm
some-
happy to do it, John, but I'm wondering if it should come from you as the chair. I'm happy to ask them.
Is there audio? Is everybody able to hear me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I think that's a great idea, Sue, and if you could reach out to emergency
I
preparedness.
will. Okay.
And also the trail, all the committees should be welcome to have a table at the event. I think the more tables we have, the better. As you'll recall, we had the platinum sponsorship level included tables. And I think only one of them took advantage of their option to do so, only one of the platinum sponsors, so.
Mhm.
So
That was open space.
that was open space,
And
exactly.
he came and spoke with me and said how much they appreciated being included and they were happy to donate and that they wanted to be included again.
That's great.
Mhm.
So this is great. So we have a good number of tasks around getting fundraising started again. I want to start that pronto because last time I think we kind of got the money in by the skin of our, or the donations in by the skin of our. We also got more money than we expected.
Right.
There was a big, we got very successful at the very end at raising money, but we'll have a little more time and experience this year. And then, let's see, anything else on PV Palooza?
Yeah. John, could you just give me the date on that?
PV Palooza is June 10th.
June 10th. Okay.
And then I should have this committed to memory by now, but I don't. But
Oh,
for the summer concert series, we've got 3 dates, as usual, which are in July, August, and September. And those dates are Thursdays, they're all Thursdays, of course. The 13th of July, the 10th of August, and the 14th of September.
Okay.
And sorry, let me just double confirm that real quick here.
Dining for Women has.
July 13th, August 17th, and September 14th, yeah. So, and I have good news around that. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Hold on, I need to pull up a document. Switch over to here. Well, the document I was hoping to pull up, I can't find, but anyway, I'll just do it from memory. So we have 3 different bands that we're working on for PV Palooza. The first is a band called, here, I'll go ahead and share my screen.
Palooza or the concert series, John?
Sorry, thank you for catching that. This is the PV Palooza we already talked about. I'm switching topics now to the PV concert series.
Thank you.
And
Something-
the first one is a band called Idea Team. And this is their website.
It's all right. Good dog. Did you see something? The other day was a mountain lion.
So the Idea Team Band, ideateamband.com is the website. This is the website, and they are a local Bay Area kind of funk band. very, very good, really fun music. That's the first one. Second one, sorry, the third one, I'll come to the second one in just a second, is a band, their website is bluesummitmusic.com. I don't think we have a solid on these guys yet, but we're hoping to get this band. We've got a couple backups if it's not possible. And these, what's the full name? This is actually Ryan's connection for this.
Oh,
one.
is this AJ Lee and Blue Summit?
Yeah, AJ Lee and Blue Summit. Really good bluegrass music. I mean, really good and super engaging and fun. So you guys should go check out the videos if you're interested. You just go to Blue Summit Music and you can listen on Spotify or look at their videos. And then another band, this would be the middle band, the one that would play in August, is called Fleetwood Macrame. And I'll give you two guesses who they cover. And so they are a very, very good Fleetwood Mac cover band, tribute band. They're a little more expensive than we are accustomed to paying for the summer concert series, but it fits in the budget, particularly with our increased overhang. But these guys are fantastic, and Fleetwood Mac is such a no-brainer. It's one of those bands where very, very few people are not fans. So I think it's a broad appeal. I find that, my son and daughter both love the music, as do, people my age and people older than me. And it's kind of a very portable music style. And there's nice local roots. I mean, both Mick Fleetwood, Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham, I believe it was, they both went to MA high school, right? So there's a very strong local connection from that standpoint as well. So I would be thrilled if we can get them. And they have confirmed that date. We just need to give them thumbs up. And, I think we've got the money for it. Those are the three bands we're looking at. So, and what's nice is that it's three totally different musical styles. It's all obviously rock music, but it's funk, it's classic rock, Fleetwood Mac, and then we've got the bluegrass. So very, very different musical styles, but all very consumable.
I was just wondering, when is Hardly Strictly Bluegrass? I seem to remember that's usually in July.
October. First week of October.
Okay, so there's no worries about overlap and schedule conflict there.
No, I think
No, it's a good call out though, Phil.
Yeah. Great. So, and most of the bands that we work with in the summer concert series, I'm talking to the drummer or to, one of the musicians who also happens to be the band manager. In the case of Fleetwood Macrame, because they're a more prominent band, they have a booking manager. So, and that's why they're a little more expensive. So, I'm in contact with their booking manager, Daniel, great guy. And, in their case, for, if it was a much larger festival, this band would be more expensive, right? That's how it works. But I showed him pictures of what it's been in the past, and I said it's high hundreds of people, not thousands of people, and it's we don't sell tickets and so on. So he kind of plugged away at that scenario and gave a number that was less than I was expecting, but more than we typically pay, but still totally workable. So I'm pretty psyched about being able to get this band as well.
John, can you share how much that
Oh,
ballpark?
sure. So we typically pay between 2,500 and 3,500. And these guys would be 4,000.
Mhm,
So,
not that much more.
yeah. let me just confirm that. Swan Entertainment Company is the. Yeah, 4,000. So that's the update on summer concert series. And let's see, we have the dates. And we have, we'll make new posters. We'll use the same graphics that we already paid for from last time. We'll just change the text on the poster. I've got the tools to do that. So that's a quick and easy. We got the layers, the graphical layers separated so that we can actually update the musicians' names and dates and so on. So the poster we can redesign and print. In terms of the banners, last time we made a banner that can be reconfigured. In other words, we're going to put a little mini banner on just the part of the banner that shows dates and times and artist names. And the rest of it, the big font and everything will still be the same. So that will significantly reduce the cost of making those banners. They do get a little bit of wear, so we probably can only do that 1 year at a time. Or sorry, for 2 years at a time, because like I said, they get worn. But yeah, that's it for summer concert series. Anything else in terms of local artists?
If we can, well,
Sorry.
if we can worry about the banners far enough ahead of time and say, get a quote out of Precision Graphics so we can cut a check for them ahead of time instead of me having to get reimbursed again.
Yeah,
that
the
would be a
town,
mistake.
the town doesn't even like it that way, Phil. So we definitely pulled off a lot of the events last summer, kind of last minute. And thanks for your help on making that. But with this increased lead time, we can get started on that right away, really. So I think the key will be next meeting next month. We should take a look at the task list of everything that has to happen between now and PV Palooza and between now and the summer concert series. I'll probably put together a Google sheet with a list of all those tasks.
It's on Kevin. too.
And then we'll break up who wants to do this, who wants to do that. We'll go through it next meeting.
Okay.
Okay, Sue,
So-
local, yeah.
Okay, so John, two things on the art, but the Palooza for the art people, do you have an idea of how many tents we might want? Or people, what, 15 maybe or more of artists? And they could be together in a tent, but we don't want to litter the place up either with tents. So if you'll get back to me with a,
So what I would propose is I'm perfectly happy to kind of play lead or to lead the aspect of music. I am also totally wanting to work with somebody on the art aspect, but I'd like someone else to lead the art aspect of it. I don't.
oh, I'm happy to do that. I just am
Okay.
wondering what your vision is to think about.
I don't
maybe
want to
next-
have the vision.
Okay. We'll
All
put
I
it on
wanna
the
say-
agenda next time.
I'm
if we
perfectly
want.
happy. I'm perfectly happy to have an art aspect to the event
Uh-huh.
and to have someone else lead that. But
Okay.
I don't have a vision for what the art aspect of it was, and I
Okay.
don't want to be that person.
I'll make a proposal next time. The only thing I'm concerned about is they would come the day before and set their tents up, and that they would not take up a parking space, that they would have to park somewhere else. They'd have to load early before it started, put their art in, and then move way, way away with their car, because that would take up probably 15 car spaces that we need to keep moving. So I'll look for parking
Okay, great.
for
So the
them.
church-
I'm just worried about, that they would come in the last minute, and anyway, we'll set it up. Okay, so now let's go on to the next one.
That's
Yeah,
it.
the church knows about PV Palooza and well, there is no, we've never really had any issues with the summer concert series, but they do know about PV Palooza because it's a Sunday. Sorry, it's a Saturday. What am I saying?
Saturday,
It's
yeah.
Saturday. And last time they were gracious enough to let us use the parking lot. And so I will go ahead and send an email to also ask this year about use of the parking lot.
Right, okay,
Because that's a lot of parking capacity over there.
yes.
Yes.
And across the street, like at the old vets and stuff, maybe we can squeeze some people in. Okay, so now we'll go on to the local artists. I ran into, mind you, I wrote the letter early December last year. I did not hear from the town. I ran into Sarah Wernikoff at Ladera Garden Center. And she did not know anything about it and apologized profusely, and did talk to Jeremy about it. And then she emailed me back, did she want to take care of it, or did I? I think it's our responsibility, it's our cultural arts. I don't know why she asked me that question, but I think it's our responsibility.
To take care of what specifically?
This is the local artist collection
Mhm.
for the archive. So,
So when you say it, you mean the whole collection of the art and making the photography in the archives? That's what you meant?
yeah, the proposal from us to the town
Was to put some on display.
Yeah,
was
no,
to
I
have
recall
a,
that. I just didn't know what it referred to, but
oh, yeah, okay, sorry.
I thought maybe you were waiting for approval for something, or I don't know.
So when
Did we
the-
get-
hopefully
get-
it'll go to the council and they'll approve it, and then we can jump right on it. And I'm thinking really nice frames in the, oh, she even kind of went beyond, I don't know where she's gonna find the space, but anyway, by using a photo that can be duplicated, I would worry about original art in a public building when it's not guarded. So if we do photographs that can be duplicated, I'm happy with that, and get really nice frames and do a really nice job in the MUR and have them high enough that, they won't get bumped or anything. As far as original art or original, I think we'd have to hang it in the library and the town hall and the, but anyway, I'm just waiting for the council to approve it and thank us and welcome us to go ahead with it.
Okay, great. And do we know if it's on an upcoming town council meeting agenda that approval?
No, we don't. That's a good question. I will ask Sarah.
And that's something Jeff can do as our liaison now.
Oh, Jeff, yeah.
That's here.
He's not on anymore.
No,
No,
Jeff's
I'm
here.
back. I'm back.
Okay.
I-
all right.
I don't know. This is the first I'm hearing of this. I will, I'll check. Did you said you sent an email, but when was the last
No,
time you
I
talked?
sent a proper letter a year ago, and in fact, it was when Sharon Hanlon was still there.
Okay,
And
Okay.
she assured me that it had gone into the packet. I saw her in person. I know her well. I was assured that it went
Okay.
into the, and then, as you know, a lot of stuff happened. to our
Sure,
town.
yeah.
Yeah, so I
Okay.
understand that part of it. I've recopied the letter and sent it to Sarah. She talked to Kevin about, not Kevin,
Jeremy.
Jeremy. I'm at Kevin's house. So if you can get back to us, if the council can approve it, we'll move on it.
okay. I will be talking to Sarah. If not before, I'll talk to her for sure Tuesday morning. So I'll follow up with her on this. Yes.
Okay, and again, I don't know why she would do it when that's why we have a committee.
Well, to get it on the council agenda, as you mentioned. we-
Oh,
we do have to
well,
encourage
that
the
isn't
thing,
what
so,
she said, but that's okay.
um,
Whoever can get it
okay.
on, get it on.
Um,
Okay, and I'm happy to be there at the meeting and
Okay.
present. Yeah, because we
Okay.
just have, Jeff, we just have this treasure of
Sure.
people, great artists, and we should be
Oh, yeah.
collecting it. And I'm turning people away, not just photography. I'm turning artists away.
yeah, okay.
And because we have nowhere supposedly to put things. I have a sculpture promised to me, and they're all local artists, and I'm having to hold
Okay,
on.
yeah,
Go, yeah, it's a crime. So that'd be great. Thank you.
I'll check up and I'll get back to you. Yeah.
Okay.
Great. And then, so so that's for the archives, both photography, art, and now it sounds like sculpture as well, which is cool. And so it sounds like we're just gonna wait for the green light on that from the town council, and then we'll have a nice project to execute on. It sounds like Sue, you're gonna head that one up.
Mhm.
And we might
Okay.
want to have a subcommittee, Sue, that you can,
I've got it
work with-
right here, and I'm sure Mimi will help.
Yep, I'll be happy to.
Yeah,
and remember, Phil is very good with all the digital aspects.
okay.
Yeah,
Well, I'm waiting for one of his photographs as well. He's in our Hall of Fame, so, yeah.
perfect.
Does it have to be a local photograph, or can it be this one behind me that I took on December 23rd?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it can be a local artist. You can have it anywhere in the world, or a local place. So we've invited you, so you can give us what you want.
Okay,
In the future, I don't know how I'm gonna handle it. If it gets too popular, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but you're invited. You're one of our premium photographers, and you will be happy to receive whatever you want to give us.
Great.
And thank you.
And Phil also has great relationships with local printers and is.
Okay,
great-
wonderful.
He's
Okay.
great at-
Oh, and I will need some money someday.
as will we all.
I'll need to buy frames, I
Frames.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah, so I would say just put together a budget, Sue. And we will earmark some of our additional
Okay.
funds here for that cause. I think it's
Okay.
great.
Because once the town approves it, we can
Move forward.
get going.
Mhm.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, thank you.
Exciting. We got the money for it, we got the will for it, and we got the resources. Cool. So let's see, anything else on the local artists collection and archives? All right, the next scheduled meeting date is Thursday, February 9th.
And we're supposed to do that live rather than Zoom.
Oh, okay,
Right.
good.
Oh, man,
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
I was really liking this whole remote thing. I just
Me
realized.
too.
Oh. Well, maybe you don't have to.
You do. When I
Really?
read the thing, Jeff can chime in on this, but from what I read, we are,
That's correct. Yeah.
She sent me an email.
Gary and Sue froze again.
Oh, okay. I got an email
Is
from,
that-
Melissa-
did I read that correctly?
oh, sorry, there was another hiccup there. Can you repeat that?
Oh, I read that we are to meet in person. If there are circumstances prevailing that require you to be on Zoom, you have to have prior approval, and you have to give your exact location of your Zoom and state why you're Zooming instead of at the schoolhouse or wherever the meeting would be held live.
Okay, all right, well, I was just used to being able to schedule my business meetings back to back instead of adding a half-hour buffer.
You can be on Zoom.
Only with prior approval for.
with
Um,
approval,
it's-
but we should
No.
try to meet there, but somebody can't.
I'll be able to do it. It was just
Okay.
it's just a
Yeah.
matter of habit here. So,
Okay,
and I did get an email from Melissa during the course, or no, just before this meeting started, apologizing that the room wasn't quite ready because of some other meeting.
yeah,
But I hope that some of the folks like Heidi weren't actually there in person, but I'm guessing if they were there, Jeff, maybe you can confirm if there were folks from this meeting who were at the physical location of the town hall, would they have been able to like just click into the meeting? Is it?
Well, they wouldn't have been, if the room wasn't set up, or was it?
I,
They,
Yeah, I
they
don't
could
know.
have joined, they would have had to have joined by Zoom they could have joined the Wi-Fi network there and joined by Zoom. I'm not sure if they would have had to get in the room though. I'm not sure if the room itself was set up.
okay. Yeah.
No, I
I-
mean,
I had
in the past, John, either Paige had a key or, you know,
Well, yeah,
we
I,
could not get in the room until our chairman
Right.
let us in.
yeah, typically now Melissa will set the room up when there's a meeting scheduled. So I assume that she will be ready to do that next month. So.
Yeah.
It did say February 1 would start the requirement for live committee.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Okay.
correct.
Well, thanks, guys. Hey, I have a 2:00 Zoom call.
Okay.
I need to
I was
click over
just gonna
to.
say, I hope you all read this lovely paragraph here below the adjournment about the acknowledgement of our Native Americans.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite nice.
All right, adjournment 2 p.m.
2 p.m. All right, team. Thanks a lot.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
You
Jeff, for
take
joining
care.
us. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.